Hello there. Welcome to AskRhys, where you ask me questions and then I record my answers to them and send them out in video format for you to enjoy. Feels like a little bit of deja vu filming this video. Maybe because I've already filmed it. And Leora deleted the whole thing when she was filming her video. I needed space on the camera, so good effort there from Lily. And then I had a little stint of not being able to sleep almost at all, so I didn't feel up to filming it again, and now it's a bit delayed. Sorry. How long have you been away from the UK? Well, originally I came out to Vegas for 2 weeks to spend time with Leora, and then we were going to go on a cruise together, and then we were going to go to New York. And that somehow turned into over a year in Vegas with a couple of LA trips sprinkled in there. 2 weeks to over a year is obviously pretty dramatic and doesn't happen completely accidentally. It's kind of a choice to stay with Leora because we'd been split up otherwise. But I do miss my family a lot, but I'm seeing them soon, hopefully. Tattoos, do you love them or hate them? I've always wanted tattoos, but I've never got any due to modeling. However, I could quite easily just get some hidden tattoos, but I'm also just pretty terrible at doing things. Getting an earring was something I always wanted to do, and that took me until I was 25 years old to do it, so there's a bit of perspective for you. Maybe I'll get my first tattoo at 60 years old and branch out from there. Who knows? Because I don't know. I also just don't know what tattoos I want. I always have an idea, and then like 2 weeks later I'm like, I don't know anymore. And that came into fruition one time. I was actually in a tattoo parlor with the tattoo sketched on my arm, and then I was like, nah, I'm alright. So that was a little bit embarrassing. Have you ever tried doing an American accent? I don't know, dude. I mean, this one time I tried to reach for the ranch and the frickin' cops were being gnarly about it, bro. And then I took out the trash and the pacifier and, you know, hit some frickin' waves at the ocean, bro, and it was pretty tubular, dude. No, I don't do American accents. If the house is on fire and you need to save one item, what would it be? If I could save one item, it would be the house. Because by proxy, you would then save everything else in the house, and I will gladly accept my Nobel Prize for that answer. Shadiest modelling moment. There was this one shoot I had, I can't remember, I think it was in the south of France, and as soon as I got to set, I had a feeling something shady was going to happen. The location for one of the pictures was, we had the trailer that we were like getting ready in, and then there was this huge tree, that's important, and the pictures were like right behind both of those. And slowly throughout the day, the sun went behind the big tree, and things started to get very shady at that point. Very shady. And it was very uncomfortable because the photographer wanted sunlight, but there was shade. And I don't mean to throw shade, but it's pretty shady. What's your favourite and least favourite trait of yours? One of my favourite traits of my own is the ability to live in the moment and kind of, I don't want to say ignore, but not worry too much about the future and focus more on the day at hand and making sure you're having a good day and that you're happy in the moment. And one of my least favourite traits is that I focus too much on the day at hand and don't give any care to my future, which quite often bites me in the asshole. Have you ever made an impulsive decision? I'm actually trying to work on being more impulsive because I very seldom act quickly on my impulses. I always tend to give things too much thought and let things stew for too long. And that is, it's logical, but it's not very exciting. Hence the tattoo situation. And as we know, excitement is the part of life that makes things exciting. And maybe this reason that I don't act on impulse is for a very sinister reason. When I was young at school, everyone used to collect these football cards that were called shootout cards. and they had your favourite football players on them. Well, my parents caught wind of this underground card trading situation I was in, and they banned me from purchasing any more because I used all my pocket money on them one month, and they banned me from taking them into school as well. This lit an anger in the furnace that is my soul. Well, I decided to completely ignore this request, of course, as a young man, as a young Rhys, and I took all my cards into school, and then out of pure impulse I gave all of my cards worth all the money I had to the girl in school that I had a crush on. And then immediately after I did this, she then gave those cards that I'd just given her to the guy that she had a crush on. So it didn't really work out very well for me, because I don't think I liked that guy much. Well, after a long, strenuous day of primary school, it came time for my parents to pick me up, and I got to the car, and my mother notified me that she had a surprise for me. And this surprise, lo and behold, was that she felt bad about the ban she had imposed upon me, and she had decided to buy a folder where I could display my cards to all my family and friends. Well, obviously that was a terrible gift, because I no longer had any cards. I'd given them away, and I have a stutter. And getting these cards back, I tell you, would not be an easy task with all the 8-year-olds social politics that had gone on. And some bloke now has my cards, so not much hope there. And that, I guess, is the reason as to why a therapist would tell me I have a deep-rooted fear of acting on impulse, because I think that's scarred me for life. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end this video. I hope that story hasn't saddened you too much. As usual, I do very much appreciate each and every one of you for spending time to watch these videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Mate.